Hey guys, just fixing up some stuff here before we get started. How are you guys doing? Waiting for some people to join in before I start. I'm searching for some stuff I'm looking for. Hey Noto, what's up, man? Not much. Just ready to get further with this build. Usually I do the stream on Thursday, but I have a bit of an obligation on Thursday, so I decided to do it today, not realizing that Modbot Army is celebrating his 100,000 K subscribership there, which is awesome. And so I know that's taking up some of the viewership, but it's all right. How you doing, man? Noto, how you doing? Just trying to find some additional parts here that I thought maybe I printed, but I'm pretty sure we can figure that out as we go. So check this out, guys. This is the back panel. And I really like it because it's like it really matched the color really well. Except that the way it's gonna be mounted, I didn't realize. I was trying to avoid the holes, but I didn't realize like this is kind of gonna be covered up by the back of the frame. So I'm like, oh man, that kind of sucked. But it's cool though. It's not gonna be no big deal. But at least if you look inside the printer, you will kind of see the Batman logo. And as you know, I'm infamous to put these things on my printer. Just to kind of theme them out a little bit. I hate just having a boring printer with just a color scheme. I like to theme it out a little bit. So I think it came out really good. So looks pretty cool. So yeah. Just got out of work. Yeah, same here. I came out of work around 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, I know the feeling, man. But I like streaming with you guys. You guys kind of entertain me as much as I entertain you, at least. And so now we got the stuff I was looking for. So I got the 5mm M5 heated insert. So we're gonna get this going. Put some heated inserts in this. Then we're gonna mount the these two extrusions on here, so that way we can finally mount it on the back of the printer. So that's the goal. And then we're gonna just kind of do whatever else needs to be done in that 2-hour time span. So I'm gonna just start working on this. Nah, Batman. Hey D with Canada, welcome, buddy. I like Batman, that theme song. Yeah, that was that whole classic Batman there. Let me get this this thing hot here if I can. Let's swap out the it off something slightly bigger. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, I was trying to match a color scheme, so it's looking good. Okay, this is perfect. Yeah, this is a perfect fit. Hey, hola, Joseph. How you doing, buddy? Welcome to the stream. I'm gonna do some soldering here. It shouldn't be too much though, but I pretty much have to put a bunch of heated inserts in this thing. I did rearrange the height of the camera, so if you notice it's a little higher, and that's because, you know, when I stand up, my head don't hit the above camera view. My goal this year, when we get some cash, is to actually get some should put Hey, 3D Experiment, what's up? Diva Canada. Yep. Kenneth saying, hey man, what's up? Prepare for the Modbot viewer coming over. Hey, what's up, Lasting? Hey, Shot L3D, welcome, guys. Wow, this is that's gonna be fun today. See if I get the right heated inserts here, because look like it, but they look like they're going through for a little. Maybe get the longer ones. Brian Murphy, Nick, hey, a lot of you guys in today. There we go. So those will fit. Okay, so those will fit down into there. But just making sure that I have the right stuff here. Hold on. Okay, so M5. Making sure. All right, we're good. Oh, I don't know. I feel like the hole for this is way bigger than these M5 inserts here, unless I ordered the wrong these are definitely not going in. Hold on. Anyone? All right. So I'm asking. I'm not sure if any of the Annex engineering guys are in, but what size is the heated inserts that are supposed to be for these things? That's what I'm curious about. If anyone is here, maybe Printeroni, one of you guys. It doesn't really tell you in the doesn't really show you on the CAD what size it is. It says I see that it's M5 screw by 10, but I don't, and I know it's M5 heated inserts from what it seems like. So I'm just wondering what size are these things, these inserts here. If anyone may know. Hey Senzi, Slim Gig. Oh, I haven't seen you in a minute, Slim Gig. How you doing? I can't quite tell what these are. The little inserts here. Because the ones that I buy, these are M5 and they're pretty big, but they're actually just going through the hole, which I'm not sure about. Look at the size of these holes, if you guys can see that. And look at the size of these inserts, and I thought they were M5, but if you look, it looks way bigger. The holes look way, way bigger than these M5, but the screws are M5, so I'm assuming the radius must be much, much bigger than what I bought. I was all excited about it today too, man. Good thing we could do other things. Like, this is not the end of the road. I can always mount something, mount the side panels, but I was really hoping to do the back. Doing good, man. Working on upgrades to switch wire. Yeah, well, so I don't know if it's actually M6, because it's the threads. If you look at let me show you my CAD, the ECAD drawing here. Hold on, I'll show you. See if I can switch view so you guys can see what I'm looking at. That's not the view I wanted, guys. So hold on. Let me make this bigger. So if you look at the CAD here, you can see that whatever they're using is much bigger than the M5. So these are M5 screws, M5 by 10s. So they're M5 screws. However, the inserts seem to be like the size of an M6. So I'm guessing maybe the radius or the thickness of the inserts are like close to M6, but the actual threading is M5. And I think that's where the issue is. Hey, Nuno, welcome, buddy. So what I'm gonna do instead of worrying about this, I'll just go ahead and start mounting the side panels, and then I'm gonna have to figure this out on Discord, like what size the thing is, because I'm ordered all of these M5 inserts only for that not to be the case, it seems. So I'm gonna have to figure that out. So we'll just go ahead, mount the side panels on. Good thing we have other things we can do, and then we can go from there. So We grab these things here. And by the way, so you guys can see the Batman if you guys never saw it. Let me show you guys that. So this is the back panel, the Batman view, which I'm kind of happy about. So I'm excited about that view. So if you guys are, yeah. So we're just gonna mount the two side panels today. Get those in. Can't watch the stream, unfortunately. Still at work for 2 more hours. Looks awesome though. Alright, no problem, you know. I'm glad you came through though, buddy. I installed Clipper yesterday on my Ender 3 and I'm running 2 to 3 times faster now. This is amazing. Yes, that's the power of Clipper. Enter. Yeah, that's the power of Clipper. A7, welcome, buddy. See if there's any more grab. They give you a ton of these things. These are to help make the frame a little bit more rigid. So now it's even going to get heavier with these heavy metal, and these are pretty thick too. They're very thick. All right, man. Take it later, you know. See you later, buddy. What's better under your experience? Higher velocity, low acceleration, or low velocity plus higher lift? For example, 100 millimeter plus 20k acceleration, or 200 millimeter plus 5k acceleration. I find higher acceleration is better with a lower speed, so a lower velocity. In my experience, my limitation right now, in my experience with these, with just messing with it in the background, is I find my limitation is my motors. My motors are not the greatest. They're torquey motors. Don't get me wrong. They're stepper online 60 millimeter, 1.8 degree steppers, and they do get hot. I'm not gonna lie, they do push about 70 degrees, so they do get toasty at 1.2 milliamps as we use, as you use. But I find that acceleration with slightly lower velocity is better overall, because like I run my printers at 500 millimeter a second. In travel to 600 millimeter in travel, and then about 200 millimeters at 20k. I find that it still performs really well than trying to push for a higher velocity and a lower acceleration. Now you can try to balance them both out. You can actually try to run like 10k axle with a higher velocity, but you'll never get to that velocity. You know what I'm saying? Like unless you have a bigger printer, to reach a velocity, you will never really get to that velocity. So for me, it's better to kind of focus on 200 to 300 millimeters a second at a higher acceleration, because you know it's going to hit it within those travel parameters, versus a higher velocity and lower acceleration. So yes, I mean, yes, 3D experiment. Yeah, you're always going to be limited by that. That's really the limits there. Um, so far, with all my printers, they all print at about 20K. The only thing I'll slow down is the perimeters. The outer wall, basically the outer wall is when I slow down the acceleration to about 10 or 8K, just to keep the wall clean, and then you won't see much ringing. I think that's the trick I use to kind of maintain quality while trying to put the speed everywhere else. So basically everywhere else is 20K acceleration at 250, but as soon as it reaches the outer wall, I slow it down to about 8K-ish acceleration, just to maintain a cleaner wall, basically. That's the trick I use. And then travel can be as high as possible. I would say set your travel to as high as the machine can move in terms of velocity and acceleration. So if you can hit like 1,000 millimeters at, let's say, 50K, you can kind of set your travel there, so it can move back and forth really quickly, but your print speed can be slightly lower than that, right? The travel really helps a lot, especially when you're printing a lot of parts. Moving that fast between the parts will definitely save you a lot of time. What microstep are you running? VZBot Discord said smoother and less noise vibration with higher microsteps. So I run 32, just because I know the higher you go for microsteps, you kind of lose torque a little bit too. And the faster you push your machine, the higher the acceleration, the less torque you start having. So I didn't want to go too high on the microsteps. I mean, yes, it's smoother, less noise, but I also don't want to lose too much torque, especially if I'm going fast. So I set mine to 32 on all my steppers. So I went from 60 to 32, yeah. Some people run 64, but you definitely lose some torque when you start pushing microsteps. My fastest benchy is 20 minutes. It don't look the greatest at 20 minutes, but it's decent. I would say it's decent. My fastest benchy is like 20 minutes. And that was on my VZBot. My VZBot is pretty much a pretty quick printer. 20K, 250 millimeters a second. It can do it all day. 700 millimeter on the travel. It's pretty quick. My limitation is cooling, and I know I can implement the little side cooling like the VZBot has to blow on the sides. I do have the fans for that. I just haven't had the time to really go ahead and print out the parts and set that up. But that would be the next mod for me to do. Trying to unwrap all of these things here. I think these are for the top portions. But don't worry, I'll do a benchy. I'm gonna do a benchy video and just post it so you guys can see. I haven't done actually benchy video yet, speed benchy. So that's my next thing to do, so you guys can see how well my printer prints. It's not bad. And like I was mentioning to the guys, I found out that if you tighten your belts, which I used to do, don't get me wrong, I used to tighten up my belts for no reason, just over tighten them, and that actually limits your acceleration as well too. Your belts are too tight, and your motors, it basically, when you make your belt too tight, it put a lot of stress on the motors too. So loosen them up actually net me another 1,000 or 2 in acceleration as well. So you can't make your belt overly tight at all. And it's not supposed to be too loose either. It's like a I can't explain it, but like it gotta have some springiness to it, like a semi springiness to it. Okay, so these are for the top, so we don't need these. So I'm gonna see what we need for the sides here on this. So let's see. So we need or maybe they're for the sides actually. No, these are for the top. They're for the top. These are for the sides. Maybe, maybe not. Okay, never mind. Never mind. I was saying the wrong thing. So we need these. Okay. So we need these. And I'm guessing this is for the back, so we can put that away. And then we need these. Thought they were for the top, but they're for the side. So let's go ahead and start mounting this side panel here. See what kind of screws we need for this. M3 by 10. Okay. All right. So I'm just gonna rest this across. And let's do one at a time here. So it mounts like this. Right. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna do one side first. I'm trying to see which one. Maybe this side first. Alright. I guess they sit like this. All right, so. Outside of that, guys, how are you guys doing today? How has the week been? How was the week treating you guys? Let you guys see what I'm doing. I'm just running some spring-loaded T-nuts. Just gonna line them up too, so it's just easy for me to do. I'm doing good. Came off of work around 4. I'm looking forward to finishing up this build because this has been taking up a lot of time, and just because I have to do it, I want to do it, all of it completely live. So it's taking up a lot of time. If I was supposed to do this in the background, this would have been done already. Like this would have been way done already. But I like to do it on live to entertain you guys, and not only that, but just to help out someone else that may run into a problem that is already recorded and set up for them not to make the same mistake I did. So it's kind of nice doing it on live, and then the interaction with you guys have made it really enjoyable. So I want to give you guys another angle. Let me see if I can pop this camera up. I have 29% on it, but I want to give you guys another angle. So let's see if this is working. Yep. Now you guys can get another angle here. Let me fix this. Uh-oh. So I'm using my phone camera wirelessly, so you guys can get another angle from it. Guys can kind of see what I'm doing here. There you go. Guys may see yourself in the background a little bit, but you guys can see what I'm doing. Doing fine. First day at work, been crazy. Yeah, I can only imagine, Jose. First day at work was Monday, but I didn't show up. Actually, I didn't want to return back to work, to be honest with you guys. I didn't want to go back to work at all, but I have no choice. Bills got to be paid. Personally, if my hobby, which is 3D printing, could pay me, and I can do this thing all day, I'll probably do this all day. But I also don't really mind working either, you know. Yeah, I didn't want to return to work at all. But you know, bills got to be paid, so you already know how it is. Slowly getting back up to speed. Vacation always makes me lose my momentum. Agreed there, Lassing. Those past 2 days, I did a lot of improvement on my third 3D printer, FPV drone stuff. Awesome. I'm looking to get. I'm gonna let you guys know. I think I'll let you guys know. I want to get a Bambu Labs P1P. Again, I know I've put up some video about Bambu Labs. Like, I don't mind their printer. Like, don't get me wrong. But I'm not getting it for the speed because my printers already hit those speeds easily, all of them. I just want it for the AMS. I think they really got a good multicolor print system, and I really like that, so I really want it for the AMS. I don't really care for the speed because my printers, again, hit those speeds easily. So the AMS is what I'm looking forward to. So I'm going to get a P1P as soon as I get some more funds. And then I'll do an unboxing on the channel and set up on that too. I just want it for multicolor printing. So that's coming on the channel. Let me see where I need to go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I need to get another one on this side too, another set of 5 here. And match it up there with the other one. Hey man. Hey King Mint man. What's up? When we will see Benchy from this Annex Demon? Oh, it's coming. Right now I'm putting up panels. I wanted to mount the back panel, but I bought the wrong. It seems like I'm gonna have to look at what heat inserts, because I bought M5 heat inserts, and the heat inserts look much bigger in the CAD. So I'm gonna have to figure that out after I mount the side panels and whatever else I can get done tonight, and then figure out what's going on with that. And then I would say maybe 2 or 3 more streams and I should be pretty much done. It's just really paneling and wiring at this point. to be done. All the mechanical stuff is done. Um, the last stream I wired up the tool head already, so really it's just wiring and paneling at this point. So you'll see it. You will see it. Give me about another two, 3 streams, and you should be done. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the sides. What are the sides? It's 3. I want to say 3 at the bottom. Yeah, so 3 on the sides here. And I think 3 at the top. Well, excited about the blue boy as well. Crazy bed slinger never gets old. Yeah, the blue boy was a creative thought because I don't have a bed slinger anymore, and keep in mind I did start it out with a bed slinger, which is the Ender 3 Pros, and modified them and sold them. And honestly, I kind of miss messing with a bed flapper, but I wanted to design one that was capable of just a little bit more speed. I'm not saying insane, but you know, if I can push 8K on a bed flapper that big, that's saying something, and then getting good quality out of it. So that's what I'm kind of aiming for. So that's coming. You guys will see that. I'm trying to see how well I can kind of get, you know, see if the dual motor Y setup will kind of compensate for the lack of torque. So I'm also using a stock bed to keep it light, because I do have like 6mm beds that I can put on there, but I think that would be too heavy for those 2 motors. So I'm just keeping a stock bed and using a external MOSFET to kind of power it instead of using the board, just to keep everything a little bit more neat and organized. So I think it's gonna move, honestly, guys. I think it's gonna fly when everything is all said and done. So let's see how we mount this thing here, because this is gonna look as fun to mount. So let's see. We go so. Let me change the view again so you guys can see what I'm doing here. So I want to make sure this is lined up completely. So let's see where I'm putting everything. That's up there. Okay, that's gonna be the fun part, lining this up, because there's so much screws to put in. So lining up the screws is the fun part here. All right. To the other side here. Alright. Try and keep up with y'all. Hope you can get the CAD file so you can figure out how to set up the P1P. Nah. I don't need all of that for the P1P. You're funny, Nick. You see my struggles online. You already see my struggles with this thing. This is like the only printer that I will ever build again using CAD files, because it's like I said, the fact that it doesn't have a manual is a bit of the sour gripes for me. I guess you could say Voron kind of spoiled me with the manual, you know. This is a lot harder to line up than you think, because the holes are not in perfect locations here. Okay.
Enough dreaming. It's time to get Shopify and take my business to the next level.
Whoa, someone's ready to take on the new.
Oh, I thought I was talking to myself there. But heck yeah, 2023 is my year. It's a New Year's revolution. Start
There we
your
go.
Shopify
All right.
e-commerce platform revolutionizing millions of businesses worldwide. This is possibility powered by Shopify. Sign up for a free trial at shopify.com/listen22.
I'm working with on a crazy bit finger too. Nicholas Clark, hey, I would love to see that, man. Hello, Dory 10, welcome, buddy. Kingman, I'm making a K3 Ultimate Cross XY linear rods printer for lows. We'll see if it has stuff like Rollahans. I've seen the Ultimaker stuff with linear rod cross gantry stuff. I think it could work, especially if you use stiffer rods, or the carbon fiber rods that I think Bomber Lab's using. Should be able to get it going. Yeah, bearings definitely are stopped out of the VX. Maybe 3D printed bearings as well. See, building a rook without a manual, but it's pretty basic, of course. And I do want to. Hey, listen, I want to make a rook too. I want to build one and print one in support of Rollahan's design. And that's coming too, but I just want to finish up these projects, these two major projects. Once I get these done, then I can focus on making a rook. So a rook is coming. I have tons of spear board I can use on a rook, and I'm probably not going to use the SKR3 on that. Okay, so let me just, so now that we kind of get this line up, we can put the screw in and tame the beast here. So you know what? I think it's just easier if I put it on the sides. I should have done that already. So line it. Should have just put it on the side. Make my life easier. Much easier doing it this way. Then I can just place what I need to place down and rest it on top. Just doing final lineup. I can send it to you on Discord. Go ahead. I would like to see it, Nicholas. Send it to me. Digital Dragons 72, welcome, buddy. Nice to see you around again. I have a rook built in progress along with a couple of other projects. Yeah, dude, I got way too much projects. There's other printers I want to build after this. I don't know how my wife allowed this foolishness. Literally, I don't understand how she put up with me. But I'm lucky. Because, you know, spend this type of money on printers. I'm lucky, man. I don't know if it's supposed to be touching together. I don't think it is supposed to. Okay, it's supposed to be kind of close. Okay, so they're supposed to be a bit close on the sides. So definitely should come down a little bit more. So it is definitely about right there. Should be touching. Oh, right there. Yeah, exactly. So it shouldn't be touching. It should be right there. Making sure following the cat to the T and make sure I'm lining this up. I don't want to make a mistake. I just want to put it on one time and call it a day. Same thing with this. Okay. All right. Are you Voron? Is your Voron Discord name Mr. Mopar? It used to be Mr. Mopar. I just changed it on Sunday. Nicholas, it's the same thing as my channel now. It's like GoldenJaguar3D. It's the same as my channel. But it used to be Mr. Mopar 392. So you should be able to find it. If not, I can copy my code for you. Let me know. It needs to go down a little further. Right. Okay, I think we're good to put it on now. Okay. Here goes nothing. I'm just gonna slowly put it in and line up everything so it doesn't shift on me. Uh-oh. Let's make sure this is inside. All right. This is not as easy as it looks. I'm just gonna do the four corners right now. I'm not gonna over tighten anything. Kind of want it neatly in place. center. I'm using M310, by the way, M310s. Hey, G for the money, walk on, man. We had to do it. Phone it. It's a friend request, but I'll send you all the screenshots. All right, I appreciate it. After the stream, I'll hit you up, Nicholas. I'll check it out. Okay, I feel confident now. I feel much better that I got the panels on. So I'm gonna have to do the other side the same way. Just a little meticulous about it, but it's starting to look like a K3 now. Not tightened down anything yet. I'm just mounting at the moment. Hey, 007 FPV, welcome. I decided I'm probably not gonna run the, I'm gonna order, after the stream, I'm gonna order an Octopus Pro board. I know with the Octopus Pro, you can actually run 48 volt stepper motors. I think I want to experiment with 48 volts with this, and I can actually buy just, there's actually a, the way I'm going to do it is actually, you can have just the motor, the stepper motor portion, run 48 volt, and the rest of the board can be 24. And so I found this, a step-up converter that can convert 24 volt into 48 volts. So I'm gonna buy that, and eventually I want to run 48 volts on here. I just kind of want to. I'm just running it stock at the moment, just to see what the 2209s and stuff do, and then I'll get some 5160 Pros 48 volts, and then kind of play with it then and different motors. So this is gonna be one of those ones printer that I kind of experiment with speed and everything. So yeah, so this is gonna be my little play printer. I can actually play with it and see how it behaves. So this will definitely have different iterations to it. I promise you that. This is not gonna just be a stock build. This is the one I'll be playing with. The rest of the Vorons I have, they're gonna get tap, the tap probe. Just those little random updates, but they're print reliable right now, so I don't really want to keep playing with those. But this thing, I definitely want to keep playing with. This is the one I'm kind of like interested in playing with. So just stay tuned for that, because that's coming. I can see how this printer get very heavy and rigid real quick. With all of this install, I can see why it's very rigid and stiff, because not only are you using these aluminum panels, but you actually have these solid piece. These things are solid. Like, these things are really thick. Look at that. You guys can see they're pretty thick. They're not like flimsy. You can't even flex them. You can flex them. You can flex it, but it's still pretty rigid. So mounting that on here, I can see it being getting very heavy and solid real fast. Not over tightening it, just kind of tighten up everything a little bit. About the same amount of turn. Hey Jaguar, what do you personally think was the hardest part of this build? It's a good question. That's a good question. Um, honestly, the cross guarantee part, believe it or not, the everything else was fine. I think the cross guarantee part, trying to get the um, I like to demonstrate. So let me turn this around so you guys can see. Trying to get this where the gantry meets these two gantry portion here. Trying to get this lined up properly. Trying to get it squared because the way it's designed, there's like where is it at? There's some screws here on the edge right here, and what that does is set the gantry to either, if let's say the gantry is like skewed, let's say it's screwed this way. When you use the screw, it kind of tilts it back that way. So trying to get this aligned is I would say the hardest part here because you got to be careful because if it's skewed, you're gonna definitely feel it. But right now, everything is smooth. Like everything here is smooth, as you can see. There's no issues. But if this is skewed, you will know. You can feel like a major stiffness. So for me, the gantry portion is the toughest part. I think the third or fourth stream, I broke a linear rail, like I damaged a linear rail because I wasn't paying attention of how deep the screw was. So yeah, gantry portion is the hardest part, in my opinion. Everything else is a little bit easier after that point. Like, the belt routing is a little tricky too. The belt routing, the way you route the belts, that's a little tricky too. It's not as straightforward as you think. It's very intricate. So the gantry stuff is the hardest part, in my opinion. Everything else after that is quite easy. Hopefully that answered your question there. Okay, I don't want to go too tight because it's slowly like kind of this is aluminum, so it's slowly like sinking in, so I don't want to go overboard with the tightness on there. So alright, I'm just gonna leave it there. Alright, let's do the other side. But it's already heavy. Like this thing is like a miniature tank. It like feels like you can just throw this at someone and they're just like, yeah, they're in the hospital for quite a long time. It's like a miniature tank. So yeah, pretty compact, but I'm excited now. Yeah, that mounted nicely there. So let's do the other side. I'm actually gonna just put it on the side. It seems like it's easier to just get everything in place. Oh, I forgot to tell you, welcome, Sobord. Welcome to the stream, man. Want to make sure I tell everybody a good welcome, you know? I really love this community, so I'm just, this is my tribute back to that community right now, so. Five. I seen some of the guys too on Discord that says I think some of them are saying that the ABS with this printer get damaged real easily. I'm not sure because of the speed of the printer, but ABS on this printer get damaged, like crack easily with this printer. So I'm gonna watch out for that because if it does, I might go ASA. I might reprint a lot of the parts back in ASA, but for now I'm just gonna leave it. I just want to see which part on this, after a while, what cracks, and then that part is going to be reprinted back in ASA. So I'm going to see if that's true. And I think I also saw on Facebook where a lot of folks were saying that the Voron tap, apparently that 50 gram of weight is actually causing a lot of issue in terms of input shaper, and that the 24 volts sensor is actually causing a lot of people to burn their boards too, even though they were warned about it. I didn't go with a PCB. I just used the regular wired optical sensor that they recommend, and I followed their wiring guide, and my sensor worked right out the rip. Didn't have an issue with it. As far as the 50 gram of extra weight, as you guys see on my YouTube shorts, my V1.8 is pushing 20k acceleration, 600 millimeter in travel directions, and 250 millimeter second print speed, which it hits all the time. Like majority of the time, it's hitting that, right? And pushing. It has a Dragon eye flow in there, so that's pushing 20 millimeter squared, I think you say. Most of the time, on average, that's what it hits, and that's with Voron tap, right? And that's a heavy tool head, so you can definitely print fast. I'm not saying like VZ butt fast, but you can print pretty quickly with that heavy tool head. And I don't have nothing light on my gantry. I'm still using the heavy extrusion. It's all about, for me, it's all about speed tuning. Find a maximum. In my methodology, I just use the acceleration script or macro and find a maximum that my printer can move, right? So at 20 acceleration is what I usually set, and then I move up the velocity and see where my motor crashes out at. So when I hit about 700 millimeters or 700 millimeters in velocity, my motors just stall out, right? So I know at 20k acceleration at 700 millimeter in the velocity, my motors are done, right? Even at 1.2 volts, which they do get warm in that chamber, but my motor just stalls out there. So at that point, then I work with that parameter. I move it back to 600 millimeters, so I know it's gonna do that efficiently. And then with input shaper now, I work around without that parameter. So even though input shaper might say, hey, your maximum acceleration is 10k on the X or Y, that doesn't mean you can't do 20k, okay? You do 20k on everything else except your walls. Your walls you can do at 10k because input shaper is telling you this is the highest value that I can say that your print won't have ringing in it, right? That's just a suggestive value. It's saying at 10k, this is the maximum you can go without getting smoothing on your prints and without seeing that ringing on your print. So if you set your outer perimeters to like 10k, but everywhere else at 20k, that's how you're able to get that tuning in. So that's what I do. I just play with input shaper, see what the maximum I can get, set my walls to that maximum I could get, and then everything else is at a higher acceleration, and that helps speed up my prints, and I still retain the quality, right? So that's what I do. At least that's my methodology of going about it. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. So if you guys are wondering how I'm able to print that fast, that's what I do. I try to find the maximum limit of my printer, scale it back just a little because it's going to crash out, then use input shaper to find what's the maximum value I can get away with in terms of acceleration for my wall perimeter. Not the infill. Infill can be any speed, but the wall perimeters. So once you find that, you set that in your slicer. At least I use my slicer. I set that in my slicer, so by the time it goes to the outer wall, it scales down that acceleration at the same speed to maintain that clean outer wall. So if you can do, and basically that's what Bambu does. I promise you, Bambu Labs do not run 20K acceleration all the time. If you notice, it only runs 20K acceleration on infill, but when it gets to the outer wall, it slows down the print head. That's what they do to get away with that 20-minute benchy. That's the easiest thing to do because, again, nobody can run 20K acceleration everywhere. The only person I see pull that off is a VZ bot. You know, that's the only person I see really pull those eye acceleration on the walls. But if your printer is not that well antiquated or tuned, you can always get around that, like I said, with my method of doing that way. But I just wanted to share that with you guys. That's what I do to get away with high speed and quality print at the same time. So is the circuitry on the PCB that converts 12? I don't. So the way it was wired to me with a tap, I think I got the 24 volts. I can't remember. Let me look at it actually, because you made me think now. I don't think it really tells you the specs on here. I want to say I did get the 24 volt one, but I did use their let me show you guys what it looks like. So this is what I use. It only has one mounting point, which is not a big deal. It stays in place, but that's the optical switch I use. So I want to assume that this is the. Doesn't really tell you the voltage, but I'm pretty sure this is a 24 volt version. But the way you wired it, you use a there you go. So you use a resistor. So you guys can see that. So you use a resistor, and that will take. I think the resistor prevent it from pushing back 24 volt back onto your board. That's what I'm assuming it does. So I just wire it up the way the Voron guy said to wire it up, and it works for me. And I'm running off 5 volts. So I'm not sure why people are running into issues, but I decided to just wire my own thing up. And yeah, it works for me. So if you got the sensor, no PCB, it is supposed to run 5 volt. Okay, so I guess it might be a 5 volt sensor then, because that's what I did. I just run the 5 volt sensor, but it works. I don't really have an issue with it. All right, so let's get this side going. Yeah, when I ordered it right after they did the stream, the Voron tap stream, so I wasn't really paying attention to the specs of it. More than just following the direction of how to wire it up. And so, yeah, it works out for me. I like Voron tap. It's very accurate. Oh, hey, friends, thanks, man. I appreciate that. I'm excited about that bed flinger. It looks really solid. And guys, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't expect it to be heavy. That thing is 50 pounds. That thing is 50 pounds. So it is very rigid and heavy. And that was a purpose too. It's like I just wanted it to be heavy so I can see how far I can push it. And now that I've learned a lot of skills with making printers move fast, I'm going to apply the same skills to this bed flinger and see exactly what it does. I'm so curious to see what it does and how fast I can print with it. As far as tool head goes, I'm not going to keep that Irami Gen 7 fan duct on there. There's a guy that I saw, I don't know his name, but he was on Discord and he's making a custom Creality cooler that he's employing on his setup. So I asked him if I can beta test it. So you might see a different hot-end setup on there. But for now, That's what I can use. So I'm just gonna use that and see what I can get away with. Um, Hello, Mr. K3. Hey, Zombie Hedgehog. Hey, listen, I feel proud to be the first to make to live stream a K3 build. Listen, this take a lot of bravery to even do. Okay, y'all see my trials with this thing. This take a lot of bravery because this is way out of my comfort zone. But I appreciate you guys entertaining me and keeping a positive vibe. But yeah, we're almost there. I want to say we're probably 80% done with this thing. So it's just really paneling, wiring it up, and see what it does. And it's getting heavier and heavier. The more I add stuff to it, the heavier it gets. So this thing's a little tank. Hey, do it. Don't let me be the only one in this community building a K3. Come on now, we need to get some of you guys on board. I love Vorons too, but Vorons are not the only printer around. You know what I'm saying? Like, you guys got to jump on board too. Like, if I'm doing this, y'all got to jump on board too. You have to join me. Let's get some more K3 out in the from out of the wild to a more common place to see them now. Like I said, it's a fun printer, complex printer, but it's fun to build. I've been enjoying it. Okay, got lined up there. What to do? Seems like a nightmare, lol. Yeah, makes me want to build one. No, it's not a nightmare. Like it looks. I thought the same thing when I first saw it. I'm not gonna lie to you. Listen, I thought the same thing when I first saw this printer. I'm like, man, this printer looks like it's gonna be a nightmare to build. Like, seriously, the way things are put together, it just looks intimidating. But once you get into it, start building it, it's not as bad. I mean, like I said, the only complex part you're going to run into is the top gantry portion where you have to make sure the stuff is aligned. But once that's done, everything else is pretty easy, like at that point, you know. But I would say just the gantry, just the top gantry portion, it would be where the challenge is. So it's not hard. You can do it. You can definitely do it. I mean, put it this way, if you can build a 2.4, Voron 2.4, and I mean, yes, there's instructions, but if you can build a 2.4, you can definitely build this. It's not as bad. I think Nero might be doing one. I think Fabrico or someone else is putting together a kit. Yeah, Nero said he wanted a kit. I know Nero lately do a lot of kit stuff now. He doesn't really self-source no more. I don't mind. I'm a small YouTuber. I don't mind self-sourcing. I think that's part of the fun. But his channel is huge. His channel is huge now. So his audience, it makes sense for him to just get a kit and not have to be worried about sourcing and stuff like that. So I understand him not want to build one without a kit. But yeah, it'd be nice to see Nero build one too, you know? See what his opinion is on it. Because I know initially in the beginning, way before he got big, I remember him mentioning that some of the guys from Annex Engineering were from Vorons, and there was some dispute or something like that, and at the time Nero didn't want to build one. But I guess he changed his mind now, and that's fine. People are allowed to change their opinions, you know. So it'd be nice to see him build one. I was convincing Steve builds to build one too, so it'd be nice to have Steve builds, a couple of the guys, main guys, jump on board. Again, just to get this printer out there too, you know. It's a very, very capable printer, very fast little printer, so it definitely needs some attention as well. This looks shorter than, wait, it looks so much shorter than what I thought. Let me see. Just making sure that they have the same angle here. Okay, we're good. All right. Little effects in it. It's not very thick aluminum. You see that little bend in it? I mean, it doesn't matter because it's going to go on top of this, but you can see that there's a little flex in it. So I'm just going to put it this way instead. Yeah. Put it this way. Well, y'all chatting. Gotta keep up track here. Oh, love to do this Uber VZ but hey, has anyone in chat found a stealth burner PCB mount for the Arvida 1.5? I want to use it on a Trident. When it gets here, I want to use my. Hey, maybe look into Voron registry. See if you can see that. I usually use the Voron registry. Frenzy Narwhal, just use the Voron registry. You might be able to find some mods there. Self-sourcing in general is just harder. It is harder, but I don't mind it. I do find self-sourcing. Maybe it's me. I'm weird, and this is where it might be different. I don't mind doing the extra little tad bit of work. There's something about building a printer when you self-source everything. It's fulfilling at the end. Now, I understand, you know, when you don't have a lot of time, especially when you have a lot, you know, family, friends, kids, a life, I can see where the kit really does simplify a lot of the stuff. And you can also get the same feeling from building it in a kit. But when you self-source it, there's something extra to it. There's like a, you know, you pull everything by yourself and then, you know, you put it together. There's a feeling that comes with self-sourcing that you won't get with just the kit, you know? So that's just, maybe that's just me, but yeah, it doesn't look like two compass build, but for sure it's not as easy. It's like a switch wire or something. Yep, Frenzy, yep, it's not as easy. It's just involved, so if you miss a step, it can be a pain, just like the V0, yes. Definitely involved. 2.4 will be a real test. You should do a K3 Voron VZ Buck comparison video. Oh, that's coming, Nick. Yeah, that was a part of I'm gonna do a comparison video since I own a whole bunch of these different type of printer, and I'm also gonna do a. Someone asked me long ago what's my opinion on like pulleys, quality of belts, quality of basically my whole experience of building these things custom source and what my opinion on it is. I have a video of that coming because a lot of the stuff that people tell you to buy, you don't really need them. Like I've experimented with so much generic stuff and everything still works. So at the point, I'm gonna make a video showing that a lot of the stuff that guys tell you to buy, you really don't need. Like, you know, yeah, is it quality? That's debatable, you know. But a lot of the stuff that what we do, I get away with a lot of the cheap stuff, and my stuff still prints great. So I can't really even explain that. So I have a video coming comparing a lot of the pulleys, belts, different type of stuff that I'll give my opinion on, and then, you know, kind of share that with y'all. So yeah, there's a lot of things I do in the background. Even though I don't post on YouTube a lot, there's a lot of things I experiment with, and I just usually do that to kind of report back what my thoughts are, and just give you a logical reasoning about it. Uh, so yeah, that's something I'm willing to do. I'll definitely compare them, Nick. Nero stream makes me bored right now. Seven. I'll say this. I like Nero streams. However, I don't watch it a lot just because a lot of the users there ask the same question that he answers, and for me, if you ask the same question over and over again, and I know there's new audience, this audience are much bigger now, so they ask the same questions. After a while, I'll get drained, but Nero has to appease a lot of his audience now, man. I mean, they're paying his bills now. I don't have to do that because I have a job. But I can understand him appeasing a lot of the generic audience, not the core audience like you guys. I've seen some of you guys in Nero stream a lot that are core audience that are hardcore about some of the builds. But he has to appease for the general mass now. It's not like the core audience where he can get into the nitty gritty. So, you know, that was gonna happen. That's what happened when you become a big YouTuber. You have to start, you know, kind of appeasing the mass. You know, it happens. So for me, I don't know. I don't know if I want to get big. It'd be nice if I get big, but for me, I'm gonna be the same person. Like I'm gonna be building crazy printers and then you know, do the intricate stuff that people are not building. That's what I'll be doing. So I just kind of want to be unique. I don't want to copy people's content and stuff like that. So I try to, you know, think outside the box and do something different. But yeah, it is what it is, though. I'm building a K3 soon myself with Fabrico kit, almost done with printing parts. Awesome. So bored. That's nice for you to welcome on board. What color scheme are you going with, by the way? And please make sure you post videos. I would like to see it. Yeah, I've been on the Voron registry. I found mounts, but none that use the RPCB or anything. Oh, I see it. I wish I could stream during the day. So many printers to build. Just get good filament, and it will make your life easier for sure. For sure. Self-copy screw versus nails. Hey Nick, hey listen, that will forever be a thing for me, right? Using nails versus self-topping M2 screws. That's just me being lazy, honestly. But yeah, that's funny. That is hilarious. Making sure these things line up. They slip away so easily from me. There we go. Come on, look at you. Oh man, come on. Did it shift on me? I think it did. Shift. Bummer. If it shift on me, I'm gonna be super mad. I think it did. Oh my goodness. Hold on. Bummer. And I had it lined up too. This one screw shifted on me. Yep. It did shift. Wow. Let's try this. Second time's a charm. me try to catch it first because it messed up on me. So just wondering why it shifted. There we go. There we go. I'm going black primary with gray accent. It'll end up nice. I've been painstakingly printing all the parts hot, slow for the past 2 weeks. LOL. We'll definitely post some videos when it's all working. Awesome, man. I appreciate that. I would love to see it. Believe it or not, I printed these things. Then again, you know, you guys know me. I have tons of printers. So I printed. It took me about no more than 2 days ish to kind of print everything. And then my printers are pretty quick, so you know it didn't take me too long to kind of knock them out. Oh my goodness, what is going on with this thing? See, it wouldn't be my live stream without something going wrong. So the nuts are shifting on me. So basically, when I pop them in, they're turning sideways. So they're shifting, and it just shifted on the other side again too. I'm guessing it did the same thing. Yep, it did the same thing. Yeah, it shifted. It shifted quite a bit. It shifted quite a bit. Look at this. 2 little side piece of panels took me this long. You see this guy? But that's why I said you can't rush anything because it just makes everything worse. And you just have no choice but to line this up, else you're just not going to get it in there. Alright. 3rd time's a charm, hopefully. Come on. Behave yourself. There we go. Alright, finally got it. So hopefully nothing else messes up while I'm here screwing this in. There we go. Yeah, so I don't know. So the next thing I want to do, other than these printers that I'm building, once I put tap on the rest of my printers, which is the 2.4 and stuff, but I'll do that in the background. I'm not going to do a top video. I thought about doing a top video, but I think someone else already did that. I think Steve did one already, and another guy did one on YouTube. I have the Rook that I want to build. I have another TikTok, so I want to do a live stream on build on the TikTok. So there's another TikTok build coming because I'm selling the one that I have for $500. Someone really saw it and really liked it, so I'm selling that TikTok for $500, which is not bad for a small printer. So I'm selling that one to a customer, like a co-worker of mine. They like it. It's a nice small printer. So I'm gonna build another TikTok and live stream this time too as well. So yeah, I got a couple projects coming. So you guys, this won't be the only printer I will build on the stream. There's more coming. But like I said, each printer I build is unique. It's not gonna be like a typical printer you see. You already know, you guys already know what happened, right? Oh, man, I don't want to mess with this thing, man. Damn it. Is it even worth taking off the panel for this? Like, seriously? How did it shift it? And I don't even know if knocking it would just get it where I need it to be, but it's like literally shifted from the lame. I'm probably just not going to ignore it. Honestly, guys, I'm just going to ignore that one because I don't feel like to take off the panel all over again just to fix it. So I'm going to ignore that one. That'd be a 4th time taking off the panel again. I'm not interested. So it's just going to have to be one little spot that I missed. Maybe when I'm doing maintenance, I'll refix it. But right now, not interested in removing it again to fix it. So no one I've seen has done a tap without the PCB. Not sure how much interest there is that, but it will be different. Okay, I can do the tap with this. Look, what I can do is, look, I'm serious, guys. Like, I'm not even playing. Let me show you how serious I am. I already printed a bunch of tap parts. See? There you go. So I have a bunch of top parts that I already printed. What I can do is, since I also printed out the, this is what you use to kind of measure out the 50mm for the MGM9. I have a ton of MGM9 rails sitting back there. I'll show you guys. When I say I have a lot of spare parts, I do have a lot of spare parts. Like, let me show you how much rails I have. Just sit. Let me show you how much rails I have just sitting. When I say I got rails, I got rails. Look. I got a ton of spare rails. So it's not a problem. I got rails, and this is just what I'm not even using. Okay, I have another 5 or 6 just in my closet, just sitting. So I have a lot of rails. So if you guys were wondering why I'm experienced, like I've done so much, I have a lot of rails. So I can make a video. I can make a video on top parts. So if you want to do that, we can do that. I have a lot of spare rails, so no big deal if I want to make a video. So I'll make a video on it then. With the wiring, I'll do the wiring and everything on that, and then see how it goes. That one screw is bugging me so much. It is bugging me so much. I'm just not willing to take off back the panel to fix it, so it's gonna have to stay one missing screw at the side. You must be sourcing. No, you know what it is? So the reason why I end up with so much spare parts, like I have so much spare extrusion, so much spare stepper motors. I have tons of stepper motor. Tons of, man, I wish I could show you guys my closet so you can see what I'm talking about. I have tons. So, and it's not really that I go out, you know, AliExpress. What I do is when I buy, I always buy in 5s or 10s. Not because I may need it, but just because I may want to build something or want to do something. I don't want to have to go back and buy it. So I tend to buy things in multiple pieces. And so, but what that leads to is, let's be honest, it's called hoarding. It leads to hoarding. And so I have a ton of spare stuff. I can build like at least another 5 printers without actually buying anything off Amazon. I can literally build 5 printers without buying nothing off Amazon. That's just some of the stuff I have. So yeah. yeah, it's hoarding. It's definitely classified as hoarding for sure. But that's what happens when the hobby is very fun. You know, when the hobby is very fun, you tend to kind of overbuy a little bit. I don't want to talk about it. Oh, sentiment the same, man. It's the same sentiment. I try not to talk about it myself, but every time I walk in the closet and look into my toolbox and see all these spare stuff, it's unbelievable how much money I've wasted. Like, I'm not even going to say it on here. I'm not even going to tell y'all guys. Like, yeah, get my head chewed off tonight about it. So, yeah, let's save that talk for another time. Okay, all right. I think we're okay now. Like I said, there's only one screw missing. You guys can see it. It's just, it is what it is. You know, when I do another maintenance or something like that, I can always pull off the side panel and put it back together. It's not a big deal. But right now, I'm way too lazy to worry about that one screw that just won't go in. So it's all right. All right, that feels like it's firm. So, wow, that got even heavier. Wow, okay, that got even heavier, guys. Look at that, that's insane. Jesus, it's like a tank. Wow, that got weighty real fast. Wow. It's a fun hobby, Zombie. Yeah, it's definitely a fun hobby, man. It's especially when you build it yourself and is pleased with how everything's turning out. Definitely a fun hobby. Okay. This is solid though. This ain't going nowhere, guys. This is a solid printer. I think it's overbuilt in my opinion. A little overkill on the building aspect of it, but definitely a solid printer. Right. Okay, so we got the side on. He's right if he truly loves him. Maybe I'm a crazy one. Who knows? Let me see what else. I'm looking for what else we can build because we still have plenty of time, guys. We still have plenty of time. Maybe we can now put on the start working on the actual panels at the top too. We can kind of start working on the top panel. So let's work on the top panel because we can do that. And why is this in the front? Hold on, what is this black piece? I've just noticed the black piece all of a sudden now. What is this? Okay, so that's the printed piece. What is this piece here? Okay, I see exactly what it is. Okay, so I'm guessing this goes in the front somewhere. Maybe? Okay, we'll have to see where that little piece goes. We have two more pieces. We have these here, so I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to figure out where these go here. I think it goes in the back though, if I'm not wrong. Let's see where. Yeah, let's work on the top piece here. Let's try to get at least this part done. Top panel piece. And then we can work on the rest. So let's do that. All right, so let's take him off. Wow, this thing's heavy. Oh, that thing's heavy. Let's see what we need here for the top piece here. So we need those. That piece. Man, there's so much parts to print. It's insane. You guys can see my parts bin. This is my part bin. So try to keep it organized as much as I can. I think that's it. I want to say that's it. Okay. All right. I got another piece that I gotta grab. Let me see. Try and see if there's any other piece that goes with the top of this. All right. So we know the glass goes on top. I want to remove one of this and see what's there. What is this? M325s. Okay, but what is this black piece? What is that? I didn't see this in the SDL. What is this? It's a little black piece here. I'm not sure what that is. I can't even select it. So I'm guessing we need a couple of them. Let me look here too. Okay, you do need a couple of pieces. Okay, so it looks like I might have to print whatever these black tubings are. These black tubings with the, yeah, look like I need a 1, 2 per side, I'm guessing. about 10 or 12 of them, something like that. So no big deal there. So, but what we'll just go ahead and do, we'll just go ahead and start doing some eat inserts here. Try to get this out of the way, and then see what our time looks like. But we can go ahead and start working on that, because that's going to take up some time too. Okay, so fun. Okay. I shouldn't be doing this because I'm not that brave with heat, but I'm gonna not wait. Don't do what I do, guys, because you can easily burn yourself off of this thing. This thing is 200 degrees, and I don't want to wait.
Shopify today and join the platform simplifying commerce for millions of businesses worldwide. This is a possibility powered by Shopify. Sign up for a free trial at shopify.com/listen22. Shopify.com/listen22.
It's pretty hot. I'm just trying not to burn myself in the process. Okay. Now time for doing eat inserts. This is the fun part. This is the part I least like. Personally, I don't mind wiring up a printer. I don't mind putting a printer together, but when it comes to heat inserts, I'm not a big fan of it. Like, I don't mind doing it, but it's definitely not the fun part. When I do mine, I set mine to about 200 degrees. I try not to go over that. And just let the inserts kind of melt itself in. I try not to add too much pressure to it. That's how you get the cleanest inserts. Yeah, that one is pretty clean. That's the only one. It's just two. Oh, by the way, guys, I want to show you guys something. If I can find it. I'm not sure if I've shown you guys before, but I'm trying to find what I want to show you guys. There's something I want to show you. Oh, there we go. So this is what a I think you guys have seen it on my video, but this is what a T95 mini board looks like. So I don't keep it in the housing. I usually take it out of the housing. Now it does run. This is for those who want to replace. If you want to get a cheaper Pi alternative, this is my suggested alternative. Make sure when you buy the T95 mini, it's the H6 processor and not the H616. The H616, I think, is what the Orange Pi 2 uses, or Orange Pi 2. I'm right? Orange Pi 2? The H616 is what the Orange Pi uses, but the H616 on these Android TV doesn't really work. Like, there's no proper bootloader for that to work. So make sure when you buy a T95 mini, it has the H6 processor, because it's well supported at this point. but they do run a little warm. So what I do, I put a little fan, like a little, maybe a 3010 fan on top of it, just to keep it cool. But this is what a PCB looks like. Now, what I found the benefit of running this over a Pi is when you put the SD card in, you can actually install it on the eMMC storage, right? So you can actually install all of the OS on here and pull out the SD card, and it will just boot up with the Clipper, with the Linux OS you're using, which is Armbian in this case. So I like that. I like that ability that I don't have to have my SD card plugged in like Raspberry Pi. It just runs off the built-in storage on here. So the only thing you're going to be missing is GPIO pins. I don't use them. Some people do. The only time I use them is for like running input shaper. But even then, you really don't need to use that because you can get a Pi, Raspberry Pi Pico, and then run input shaper via USB. So, and that's what I do with this. I just run input shaper via USB on this, and it works. So, in my opinion, for 29 bucks, you can't really beat that versus a Pi. I mean, like I said, Pi is nice to have, but I find that this, I'm replacing all of my Pis with this. So right now, most of my printers don't even run a Pi. They just use this instead. So I'm gonna keep using this until, something changes. But for 29 bucks, you can buy a whole bunch of these and put on your printer. And, again, the only thing you just need to do is maybe those who are good at CAD could maybe make a PCB that mounts on top of a DIN rail. And I'm pretty sure you guys are decent at Tinkercad or whatever. You can just make a PCB that takes that use the mount for DIN rail, and it's on there. So it does come with only two USB, a USB 3.0 and a USB 2. And so if you want an expansion, you can always get a USB. What I'm looking for now? I'm having a brain fart. You know what I'm talking about? A USB adapter, like, that has more ports on it, and then you can do that, like a hub. That's what I meant, a USB hub, and you can run a bunch of stuff on it. So I have one right now plugged in, and I can I'm running two SKR Picos with a camera, and everything off the USB 3.0 port. Literally everything's off one port, and it works great. So in my opinion, this is just a nice little alternative differently from the Raspberry Pi 4. So I just wanted to show you guys that. I asked this yesterday. Oh, gotcha. All right, Joseph. Yeah. What is the board called? There you go. USB hub. The board, it's just the T95 Mini. It's just an Android TV box. It says it's on it too as well. If you look, it's right here. It actually says, I'm not sure if you can see the writing there, but it says T95 Mini with H6 processor. I threw away the housing already. I would have showed you what it looked like. But if you go on my video, you will see exactly what it looked like. I'll post a link in the description so you can actually, get yourself one. But this, to me, is the best alternative outside of a Pi. It just works well. It works with Armbian. You can install KeyLight, and then install all of your Clipper, your Moonraker, your input shaper stuff, your preferred UI mainsail or fluid. It just works great. So it just, I don't know. I think it's just worth it. And like I said, you can, instead of keeping the SD card in, you can install the Linux OS on the actual storage itself, and don't have to use the SD card. So there's some benefits to it. I run mine directly plugged in, so there's an Ethernet built in. It also has a Wi-Fi, so if you don't want to run Ethernet, you can run this on Wi-Fi as well. So in all, for $29.99, you can't really, it doesn't get any better than running something like this. Nice little board, you can run it. So that's what I'm going to be using on my Blue Boy bed flapper. So yes, it will update from main cell. Yes, I've tried all of that. You can run the full update and it will update everything from main cell. It does everything. It runs, I think, Armbian is based on Bullseye. which is a version of Linux. So it runs Bullseye, and I think also Raspberry Pi is running a version of both. Mainsail OS is running a version of Bullseye Linux too. So it works just the same. Um, yeah, so I wanted to show you guys that. See, that's what I like to do. I like to look at things, discover things, find something new, and to share it with y'all, because I think that there's more than one way to, let's say, skin a fish or something like that. I'm not sure the saying, but somewhere like that, you know. Trying to think what else I want to mention. You guys might be wondering why I haven't built a V0 as well too, and I think someone asked me that too. I have so much Vorons already. Like the V0 is one of those printers that I'm like, it's a want and not a need. So, and that's why I built a TikTok instead. Just like the TikTok is use the same V0 bed. So that's why I haven't built a V0, because it's like, it's a want, it's not even a need. I prefer bigger printer build plates than the small one. But I should build one, but I don't know. I'll think about it. It's one of those things that I don't really need right now to build. Oh, what happened? But my thing disappeared. My chat. Oh, there we go. Now it came back. There you go. Skin a cat. Yeah, there you go. That's what I was looking for. More than one way to skin a cat. That's what I'm looking for. Come on, thingy. What's the biggest difference between Annex and Voron? That's a good question. I didn't think about it that way, but that's a really good question. In my opinion, just from my experience, I'll say Voron is a little bit more, I don't want to use the word fancy. I want to say there's fanciness to it, but design-wise, design language, Voron to me reminds me of like a decked up cube. When I mean decked up, that means there's some quality to it, right? It feels like a decked up tank, in my opinion, like a nice tank, square box with some finesse to it, right? And there's a manual that tells you how to put it together. There's a finesse to Voron to me. So the best comparison I can put it, Voron is like an iPhone, and Annex is like an Android. So they both have their place. Voron is simplistic. There's a simplistic nature to it, easy to use once you get it going. I'm not saying for everybody, but like, you know, the way aesthetic-wise, in my mind, it's like an iPhone. It's easy to use, easy to navigate once you put it together. There's a manual, it gets it going. Annex is like an Android. It's capable of a lot of things, right? But kind of rough around the edges. that's the best comparison I can put it. But they both have their place. The manual does make a big difference. Is why Voron really is on top, because the manual is the difference maker between someone new attempting to build a Voron or any other printer versus someone attempting to build a Annex printer. I think that makes a big difference. What's your guys' top 3 of? I know my top, but that'd be interesting to find out. Yeah, I can tell you my top 3D printers right now. VZBot, Voron, and Annex. That's it. It's really easy. They're the ones that make the nicest printers right now in terms of like you know, self-built source printers. Prussia, Bamba loves equal iPhone. Voron is equal Android. I can see that. I can see that. Put it together right out of the box, not much work into it, and they print fast. Yeah, I can see that. Great K3 sub Linux iPhone distro. Okay, I like the comparisons. That's fair. That's fair. That's definitely fair. I like that. Listen, like I told y'all, Bamba Labs printers, they're using some slickness to it. Listen, don't get me wrong, the printers are fast. Not gonna deny, but they're not fast around the perimeters. Not at all. It's slowing down the acceleration just a little bit to get the perimeters clean. So it's not like 20K the whole time. It's 20K infill, 20K maybe inner perimeters, but outer perimeters they're definitely slowing it down. So, and I mean it's a slick way to make the printer faster, but I think all of our printers are capable of doing it. There was only 3 pieces of this. I thought there was 4. Did I miss one? Oh, I did miss one. Of course I did miss one. I thought there was 4 of these things. So, because everyone has been kind of like telling me to go and try out the CAN bus stuff. I'm going to be ordering, after I get off here, I'm going to be ordering some CAN bus stuff. And I'm going to ask you guys, because I haven't researched the world yet. I think I've asked last stream, but what are you guys' suggestions when it comes to CAN bus? I want the easiest setup. I don't like even though I'm really good with Clipper, I don't want to mess with a bunch of CAN bus stuff. I want something that's easy to put together, you know, in terms of like configuring and flashing. Because the worst part for me when it comes to setting up printers is the flashing part. I hate flashing the board and flashing a bunch of stuff just to get it working. So what, in your opinion, you guys would suggest in terms of an easy CAN bus setup that doesn't require a bunch of finagling with, you know? When it comes to configure, like setting up the printer, for me, is not the problem. It's just messing with the hardware, like the CAN bus stuff. So if you guys give me some suggestion, I'm gonna order it and then try it out on a printer. I'm thinking about the VZ butt or something like that to just mess with it on. But I want to try this CAN board thing out. I want to see what it's all about and if it's something I can definitely see myself incorporating on my printers.
Whether you're selling carabiners or crop tops, start selling with Shopify today and join the platform's simplified.
No, Annex doesn't do that. What I love about them, they only have the little, as you can see, they have the little mounting, like their little logo, but it's not all over the place. Honestly, it's just really on some of the parts. But these are the only ones you really saw it on, like the top panel piece. But they don't really put it all over there. They don't put it all over their printer. Now Voron, yeah, they kind of go crazy with the logo all over their parts, but no, Annex kind of keep it a little bit more simple. These are actually, this is the only part that you really find it on. Everywhere else don't really have the logo. Is there underneath here too? Like, what is this? Is that a magnet? It is magnets, isn't it? See, you just keep finding new things. This is magnet. Okay, so magnet go. Yep, 6.3. Ah, so magnets. All right, guys, we have to also do that too. I want to say these are the correct size magnets. Yep, these are the magnets. Okay, good. Good. So magnet go underneath. Don't use built-in CAN bus on Octopus 1.1. It's a pain to set up, and I've heard it doesn't work with slower pies. Go with the EBB36 or the Mellow Fly. I mean, every time I see that fly shit, I wonder if it stands for shit, but you might as well put. They should have just called it fly shit, and it just makes better sense to say fly shit, but I digress. 36 and the USB to CAN bus ports. Okay, so I'll look into that as soon as I'm done, like with the stream, and I'll try out the scan board stuff. I am curious about this scan board stuff. I think double OPV suggested to just go ahead and use CAN bus on my V1.8 since I have to I have the wires mounted at the back. So that's why the reason why I'm thinking about doing CAN bus. I might go CAN bus on the V1.8 just to prevent the wiring issues at the back there, and just test it out. So my fly shit is coming. Every time I see that, it's like fly shit. But I get it. Fly SHT is powered by LSD hot end. There's also the SB2040, but that 24 volt probe. Don't have those, just the lyrics name. Yeah, that sounds good. So let me ask you guys then, for you guys who are experiencing CAN bus stuff, do you need two pieces for this stuff? Like, do you need like a CAN hot, or like I'm confused because I see like people with the little CAN hot thing, and then the CAN board, the CAN part on top of the tool head, or I'm not sure what you need. I need to do my research honestly, but I'm just curious what all you need. I didn't go down too far. I think I can find there though. Don't have those. Just the layers. Yeah, I just got in the flash. Love the name. Yes, the LSD was the long slong dong, which Vez happily said he shouldn't have named it that. I didn't find listen, honestly, I didn't find a problem with the name that Vez gave it. I think it's just funny. It's okay to have some humor now with things, but it is kind of funny. The long slong dong. That's just kind of a funny name. I have different size different types of what's the name in here, so I'm just finding the right ones. I don't want to just use any of the heated inserts, so I'm just trying to find the right ones to use. Oh, you need a can on both sides. Gotcha. So either use it on your MCU, which is a pain to install on Clipper, or get a USB CAN bus board on a CAN hat. You see, this is why I don't want to do this CAN stuff, y'all. I'm not that I don't want to do it, but it just seems like, I know people say it's easy, but it just seems confusing because I'm in the Facebook groups, right? So you guys will see me post around the Voron group, a couple of Facebook groups, and every time I see someone post about the CAN board, CAN stuff, it just seems confusing. And it's not that I can't learn, I can definitely pick up on it, but it just seems more confusing than just wiring up a printer. And I get why we're running from the wiring, we just don't want too much wiring. But like, to me, wiring is so much simpler than messing with this stuff. But the way it's explained, it's like, seems like a freaking headache. But I do want to try it though, just for the purpose for me, just to experience it, to say I've experienced the CAN stuff. But every time I see someone say, "Oh, I installed a CAN," some random foolishness is happening. So I don't know. I know we'll get better though. This is the first generation of messing with CAN, so I know it'll get better as it goes. But I got a ton, bro. Like, listen, there's still more inserts to go. Look, all of this stuff. That's why I said this is not the fun part of it, but I might as well get it out of the way now because I don't want to do this. After I'm done this, I'm probably going to call the stream. So once I'm done, the next time we come back, the next stream, is really just putting all this stuff together. So the next stream is really going to have pretty much 90% of the stuff done. It's just electronics at that point. So I might as well get it out of the way and talk with y'all. Get it out of the way now because yeah, this part is annoying. I'm not a fan of inserts. Not a fan of inserts, but I'm just getting out of the way. Yeah, but I have a ton of, look. I got a ton. All sizes. I got a ton. I told you I buy in excess. Like I buy in excess. I'm literally being serious about it. When I buy, I just buy more than I need. Trying to see where these inserts go. So we need one there. One there clearly. Outsides. Let's remove this panel here so we can see what's going on. Okay. Alright, so basically one on each corner. Yeah, you're gonna need a lot. So 3 on one side and 3 on the other side. Yeah. Basically, yeah. So more to go. The CAN hat is a USB. The CAN hat plugs into the Pi GPIO port. Oh, gotcha. Bro, that's like 1,000 inserts, lol. It's not that bad, but I do have a lot. Just because, I've printed so much parts that sometimes I end up, instead of just trying to pull out the inserts, because I mean, honestly, it's a waste of time trying to recover back inserts out of a printed part. So I just usually throw it away. So I tend to have a lot of inserts because I know I'm gonna end up throwing a part away if it's broken or whatever. I used to try to recover it back, but then that's tedious. So I might as well buy as much as I possibly can, you know. So yes, I end up with a lot of heat inserts. This is at an angle where I'm just gonna have to try to eye it. Try to make sure it's straight in there. I think we're good there though. Yeah, sorry, I said it's weird addressing two comments. The canvas board is the way to go because it's just plugging it in. Oh yeah, yeah. I firmly believe that Frenzy Narwhal. I'm not against it for sure. I think what the problem with me is why I haven't really embraced it like most is because I myself don't mind wiring a printer. And two, I have so much JSTs. I got like a gazillion JSTs, and I kind of want to use them. So it'd be a waste to have all this JST only to just use like 4 for CAN. And don't get me wrong, like again, CAN is definitely the way, and I will embrace it as the more it gets popular. I just think right now for me, like the wiring of a printer, I just find therapeutic. I think I mentioned it. I don't mind, you know. I think I showed it last stream how easy it was for me to like crimp a couple cables together and it was done. It was like that quick. So for me, it's quick to do that. I can understand for most people, especially if you can't crimp really well, that's a pain in the ass to run all this cable and stuff. But the way I do my cabling is so easy for me. Like it's like night and day. I can just run cabling like that. But that's because I perfected my crimping and everything before CAN was a thing. So it's kind of hard now to get me out of the habit to go CAN, you know what I'm saying? But I will do it. Like I will definitely go that route as time goes. Yeah, I think I need 2 more here. Yep. Damn, it's a lot of freaking heat inserts of one piece. Yeah, I shake, so I suck at crimping. Yeah, I mean, yeah, for sure, crimping ain't fun. It ain't fun, but yeah, I've done a pretty good job at it, so it's not as bad for me to do. Plus, I realized something with Clipper. I don't know if it's a Clipper or the new update, but I'm not sure if this happened to you guys, but this has happened to me lately. So every time I update my Clipper setup, so that means I update Clipper, update the whole thing. Lately, it's been messing with my I don't know what it is, but it's messing with Clipper screen. Like even though Clipper screen is updated and everything, it messes with the Clipper screen where I'm struggling to even get that working now. So I'm not sure what's going on firm or software wise, but a lot of things are changing, and I don't know if it's an update breaking a lot of this stuff, but I'm trying to make it a habit not to update Clipper and Mainsail and all that stuff as often as possible, because it seems like some of the updates do break configuration, and I find myself reinstalling Clipper from scratch basically, and doing everything again over. So I'm not sure if that's me going through that, but it's only when I update my printer that it does it. So I'm trying not to update my printer as much anymore. Once it works, I just leave it alone. Hey, Axe Potato Buddy, what's up? I'm almost done. I'm just gonna finish inserting these and then call it in. So I'm just chilling right now. I did some side panel job. I'll just pick it up for you so you can see. So I did just the 2 side panels for now, because apparently when I ordered the heat inserts. I thought they were M5 heat inserts, but they're much thicker. It's still M5, but it seems like the radius is a lot thicker, but it's like M5 thread. So I'm gonna have to go into the Discord and ask the guys exactly what I need so I can order that for the next stream, because I don't want to have a mishap, another mishap on the stream again. But yeah. But you haven't missed anything much, buddy. Oh, sorry, I don't use Clipper screen, so I wouldn't be helpful there yet. Right now, 2.4 Trident, it's on all of them. On all my printer that I update Clipper on, because right now I run Clipper screen, but the Clipper screen I run, I use like, it's not like the actual screen. I'm using a tablet, and I'm running the Clipper screen on the tablet. But every time I update one of my printers, like let's say I do a full mainsail, full moonraker, full like everything update, it breaks something. Something gets broken, where I have to like literally reinstall the full OS and re-download everything else for it to work. So I'm not sure if I'm the only one doing that or going through that, but that's what's been happening a lot lately. Before it wasn't the case. You could update Clipper and everything, and all you have to do is re-flash the firmware on the board and everything is good. But now it's not doing that. It's just breaking out of little things. I don't know. And it's especially with Moonraker, whatever change they made to Moonraker is also affecting a lot of the update. When you update it, it affects a lot of this stuff too. So I don't know. It could just be me, but like I said, I've been experiencing that lately. So I'm trying not to update my printers too much. Looking awesome, love the aluminum panels. Are you streaming Wednesday now, moving forward? No. Well, if it's possible, I love to stream Wednesday and Thursday, because I want to give you guys 2 days. The one time a week is kind of rough, and I know you guys have to wait all the way to next Thursday to see another stream. So if I can get away with streaming Wednesdays and Thursdays, like 2 days in a row, that should be enough content in terms of to feed you guys on my channel, but also not to either any other channel too, because I know a lot of people are streaming now, and I know a lot of you guys to subscribe. I want to be able to watch them, so I really don't want to divide you guys' attention too much. So that's why I try to be mindful of Nero's stream, Steve Bill's stream, and everybody else's stream. I try to find that little spot for myself. So. Because I want to watch their stream too. Like, don't get me wrong, I support their stream as well. So I kind of want to watch their stream as well. So I'm trying to stream between Wednesday and Thursday. So you will see me stream back and forth. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah, I have stuff to do tomorrow. Yeah, I have an obligation. So what I do on the side, I didn't tell you guys, I do a little freelancing. So this is not the only thing I'm good at. I actually build computers and PCs and repair PCs. My daily job is a software technician at my local county schools. So that's another skill set I do. I build gaming PC. Like all my kids have a gaming PC. All my boys, so they game their head off. Right now they're in the room just gaming. So, and I like gaming myself, and I actually have a nice gaming PC myself. So that's something I also do as well, is I do some like side jobs on the side, just to help fund the hobby and everything else too. So I am also good at that. If you look back in my channel history, you actually see I did a lot of PC stuff before I came into the 3D printing community. So you see me do like water cooling PCs. I actually made my own custom coolant and stuff like that. So I'm pretty well grounded when it comes to like technology stuff, Man, look how much heat inserts this thing requires. Like, this is insane. Yeah, this is crazy, man. Can I just use the regular long ones? Possibly, but I'm just going to use the wire. Just so I can use it too. Nick Rodolo, what games? So right now I'm a big so right now I play I play a lot of Rocket League. I haven't got into Modern Warfare 2 yet. So I play a lot of Rocket League, a lot of Battlefield 5, Battlefield 1, a lot of first person shooter type of games. I just started playing the new Need for Speed that just came out recently. It looks fun. It's actually really fun. I play quite a bit of Fame, but I'm a big fan of Rocket League right now. That's what I really mainly play, Rocket League.
I'm watching you for years.
What? I'm always hustling, but I did see some of those. You're a good all rounder. Yeah. I knew from PC videos before, from when I bought a Radeon. What? Oh, so you've been watching my channel for a minute, Frenzy. Yeah, if you look back at my channel, you literally see that I've been building PCs and messing with PCs and unboxing like way before I came into the 3D printing arena. So I have a lot of history on YouTube. I just never really pursued YouTube like I wanted to until 3D printing came, where I'm really passionate about it. But yeah, I've been doing YouTube videos for a long time. I just never really put a lot of effort in it. You know what I'm saying? You can see in my videos that I just really shared what I did, but I just never pursued it at the time. Now, do I want to pursue it? Yeah, but I'm more patient. You know, if it comes, it comes. If it doesn't, it's all right. You know, I'm just sharing what I like. So. I ended up getting the power color though. I ended up getting the power color one color. Nice, nice. Yes, I was hoping you say that. Sorry, it's so off topic about what rank are you in Rocket League. I love my hobbies. Rank in Rocket League. I haven't ranked in a while, but when I did rank, like my skill level is at a diamond. I think diamond 1 or diamond 2. So that's my skill level. I can do aerials. I'm really good at aerials, really good at goalkeeping. I would love to play with you, Nick Rotolo, whenever. You can add me on Steam. I like to play. I love to play with people. So if you can add me on Steam, my Steam name, I'll tell you my Steam name out there. So you guys can, if you guys want to play with me, I do play games. Let me get my Steam up because my Steam is not running real quick. But yeah, but I'm a diamond level in terms of skill on Rocket League. Like I'm not too bad. Let's see. So my name on Steam is Mr. Mopar392. That's my name on Steam if you guys want to add me. Mr. Mopar392. I'm pretty decent. I'm pretty decent at Rocket League. Right now, if you want to know my PC setup, I think I mentioned it. Right now, I'm rocking a AMD Ryzen 5900X, and that's clocked at 4.7 gigahertz at the moment, all cores. And I'm rocking a RX 6800 XT. I'm a big AMD fan, as you guys can see. I'm all AMD. I have nothing against NVIDIA, but I've been running AMD for years, and it's been working for me. So I have a RX 6800 XT water cooled, and that's overclocked to like 2600 megahertz. I have a very wide screen. I have like a 49-inch monitor, so I wish I could actually. I can show you guys. I'll show you guys. It's very wide. So it's like 2 screens in one. Let me. I think my phone might have died. Yep, my phone died. But if I could show you, I have like it's a 49-inch, one of those curved 49-inch monitors, pretty wide. So that's what I'm using right now. So I have 16 gigabytes of G-Skill Royals, GDDR4, and that's clocked at 3800 megahertz or something like that. And everything is water cooled. By the way, everything is water cooled. Processor and GPU is water cooled. I'm down for sure. I'm Season 3, G2, depending on the amount of effort I'm putting in. Okay, yeah, yeah. Okay, cool. I love to play with you sometime, Nick. So, also, as you guys can see, I did put out in the community chat that I wanted to be a little bit more involved. So, I'm opening up I created an account on Patreon. And so, what I want to do in that Patreon is kind of help those who are maybe not super Clipper inclined, to help them out on Patreon. I think that'd be a nice service to offer for like a monthly help the channel kind of thing. So yeah, I would like to just do like some Clipper how-tos and just kind of help people on a personal note aside from just YouTube, with Clipper and like any other printing stuff. So I think that's what I want to do for now. Maybe expand it. So that's what I'm gonna do and see who's interested, and then we can go from there. But just trying to do what I can to maintain the channel and also just like stay active and be motivated, to keep making content. Also a big anime fan, if you guys haven't realized by now. Big anime fan, love all of the Marvel stuff, the DC stuff. So I'm into all of that stuff. Like I'm genuinely like, I love anything that has to do with anime, Marvel, that type of thing. Very big fan of that thing, that type of world. So I guess you could look at me as like a nerd, like a little nerd. Like I'm a little nerd, or geek, as you would say in modern time, a little geek. So, and it's fun. Patreon for the win. Yeah, for sure, man. Thanks for the suggestion, Axe Potato. I appreciate y'all just giving a nice little input. I think Nuno as well kind of suggested the same thing. So yeah, for sure. Like I said, all of that money, all of the funds will go right back into the channel. It's going right back into just buying more printers. Building more printers for y'all to be entertained. So, and then, if we branch off into something else, like entertaining, I will do that as well. But, this is my least favorite part, guys. See how long this is taking? I hate doing eat inserts. And it's not that I don't want to do them, but it's just so much on this part. Just a whole bunch, like 6 of them for one part. It's insane. See, that's why I try to do some of this in the background, is because it's so tedious. Like, it really, really is tedious doing this. Nerd is our word now. We're taking over. Heck yeah, bro. Heck yeah. I'm proud being a nerd, man. I have no problem with it. I've never had a problem with it. It just means we're smarter than we're smarter than the rest of the world. That's all that means. We're very intelligent people. Alright, another one down. Might have to clean off the little the melted parts on the inside. I'm just like over scrutinizing my work to make sure they're flat looking. But sometimes when you have these things twisted on you, it can twist the threads going in. So I'm just making sure they're flat. We're right about on time because it's usually 8:30 that I end the stream, or 7:30 I meant, but we're right on time, so 8:30 is the goal. I don't see you have time for all these activities. I really have time with my 3 kids. So, I do have 3 kids too, buddy. I have a 14-year-old, I have a 10-year-old, and I have a 5-year-old, all boys. And honestly, my kids are pretty chill. Like they're entertaining themselves. They have like I said, all my boys have gaming PCs except for the youngest. So the 2 oldest one have gaming PCs. The youngest have like a little Amazon 10-inch tablet things that he just plays Roblox on. All the kids love Roblox now. What's up with that? I don't know. Roblox is gaming. So, but they generally are quiet. Like you notice, you haven't heard them. They're very chill. They're very quiet. Especially if I tell them, "Hey, Daddy's streaming," they'll chill out and whatever. So that helps. It also helps to have a wife that don't mind you doing this type of thing. Because some wives are just gonna be like, "Hey, yo, bro, like, yeah, I need time. I need you to spend time with me and whatnot, whatnot." My wife is pretty chill about me doing this stuff because I enjoy it. So it's like it's my little getaway from work. So yeah, I guess I'm lucky in that aspect. And then I've convinced her to watch anime with me because she don't really are into anime. So I've convinced her to watch an anime, and so she started watching little anime with me. So that's kind of nice to have her watch anime with me. So chill life for sure. For sure. For sure, man. Hey, listen. Plus, when I get a little YouTube money, I do get a little bit of YouTube kickback. It's not a lot, though, guys. I ain't gonna lie. I get like $130 like every 90 days. Like it's far in between because my channel don't generate that much revenue now. I get a lot of views and a lot of people like what I do, but a lot of people don't subscribe. So, and I'm not one to just keep throwing out the subscribership. Like, it's fine. If you like my channel, you're going to subscribe. If you don't, you won't. And so I'm not one to do that, even though it's good practice to subscribe. But the little $130 I get like every 90 days, I just let her use it. Like, I just let her use it to do whatever. It's all good. He laughed. Yeah, YouTube money. Hey, listen, that YouTube money ain't cracked up what like it's supposed to be. Now, if I was like a massive like YouTuber, then I can see the money like being insane. But when you're like a small YouTuber, barely even cracking like 5K subscriber, yeah, you get a little kickback from the advertisements, but it's not like anything serious. It's little like dinner money, But most of that I always go back into my printers, so it's not even a big deal, So I'm almost done, guys. Almost done. I'm just trying to get these inserts going because would have been doing this at some point on the stream, so I might as well just get them out of the way. Now, if I can get the parts I'm looking for when I order it on Amazon tonight and they come in tomorrow, then I may stream tomorrow. You might see a surprise stream. But if I can't get them, I'm gonna have to try to figure out when to stream, because I know Nero stream on Fridays. So I'm gonna have to either stream on a Friday night, if you guys don't mind, or something like that. But I'm gonna have to figure out how to do another stream again, because I want to be able to get this done. I'm almost there, and I want to like really get it up and running. So I'm gonna try to see if I can push another stream through by this weekend. But I'm pretty much almost there. I'm almost done with this build. Anything helps really. Getting rich takes forever for us regular folks. Yo, you're talking about language, Ice Potato, for sure, man. Like, I mean, any little thing helps. And, you know, again, I appreciate the community. A lot of you guys came through. Of course, the stream is slowly dying, and that's okay. I don't expect everybody to sit there and watch me the whole time doing this, but I appreciate everyone who came through just to say hi and check out what I'm doing. You know, just supporting the channel by just viewing it. You know, every little bit helps for sure. It does encourage me to keep streaming, you know, so I'll keep streaming from now on. I'll definitely have something to stream. One of the streams I would like to do is like set up Clipper from scratch. I'm thinking about doing it with this build. It's just do a full-on Clipper setup, like my whole step of how I set up Clipper, set up input shaper, check, you know, do the max theoretical acceleration, all that little stuff. I want to do a stream of that, like a full-on setup, so you guys can see how I take a printer from scratch. Maybe I do it with Blue Boy. Maybe when I get Blue Boy set up, I'll go ahead and do a full-on Clipper setup tutorial, like a whole live stream of just setting up Clipper, so you guys can see my workflow, and then, you know, then we can chat about it. So I think that'd be fun. So that could be a live stream. Didn't thought about that until now. So yeah, I'll do that with a Blue Boy. Hey, Justin Walker, welcome, man. How you doing? I like all the new faces I'm seeing, man. It's awesome. Wait on my K3 from Fabrica. Pretty excited. Oh, yes. A next person building a K3. I love it, man. Hopefully use my video as a guide. I have a bunch of videos you can go through. Go ahead and use it as a guide, so that way you don't make the mistakes I'm making. I've made so far. So yeah, welcome to the K3 gang, man. I love it. What color scheme are you thinking about? What color combination you have in mind? So I got 2 more to go. 2 more. Trying not to burn myself in the process here because the surface is still hot. Hey, Nuno, you're back. I'm almost ending the stream, but I'm glad you made it back, man. How you doing? Finally off work, huh? All right, I think we're done with this last one here. Make sure I didn't push it too far. I know some of these are gonna come back to bite me because I was really kind of putting some pressure on them. So I hope they're not lean when I mount them, but I think I should be okay because they're in plastic, so they should be able to align them the way I'll need to. But so there we go. Completed all the E inserts. These things took like six E inserts per pop. So that is a lot of inserts I did tonight. That's what I had to do them. No, the only thing I need to do, technically I'm not done. I have to install, which I should do them, right? I should do it, man, but it's not 8:30 yet. I still got some time. Let's do it. Let's do it. I might as well because, so what I got to install is the magnets, so I might as well get them done. Like, it's just another tedious thing to do. So I'm just trying to do as much as I can. So might as well get the magnets going. So I'm gonna flip these over. Just kind of square them up like I think they should go, and try to match them up as I go. So one here, right? Yeah. One here, and one here. So we're gonna do that and line them up so that way when we do the magnets, we're not mismatching them. So we're gonna work on this first. This is the fun part now with magnets, you know what I'm saying? Like, to get it in, this is gonna be fun. I need a more efficient way to put magnets in here. You know what? I'm not gonna fight it. Did 10K MS walk at work, so tired. Oh man, I can only imagine, dude. I can only imagine, dude. I know between you, hey, I can say this, work sucks. Work sucks. I hate working, but you know you gotta pay the bills. I hate working, bro. I'd rather do this all day long and hang out with y'all than to do freaking work, but you know, work sucks. Yeah, I came over from work about 2-3 hours ago and doing the live, and I find fun doing this more than going to work. I'm telling you right now, just being honest, like, work sucks. Alright, I'm gonna try to see if I can use this to kind of squeeze it in place, because that's all I can do. That seemed to work a little bit. Okay, I'm using a lot of energy just to put these things in. I don't know, I might give up on them and do this another time. Let's see. I'm fine, I promise. I'm okay. I took out a piece of the plastic though, but I'm okay. I'm alright, guys. I promise. I told you I was putting a lot of force in just to get this thing in, but I don't know, maybe it's not a good idea doing it this way. First one went in, the second one is not too friendly. Yeah, this is, I don't know. I feel like what I'm gonna have to do is pop out the hammer. It's hammer time, guys. It's hammer time. So y'all know I'm infamous for using my hammer to do these things. And this is no different time, but I'm gonna try to be as soft as possible. But that worked. Just one hard tap and it goes right in. There we go. That's it. Just one hard tap. They pop right in. So can't beat the hammer. So now we just gotta match the equivalent. So I'm thinking to just put them on top and just knock it in. Maybe that will work, possibly. Don't break anything. I'm not gonna. I promise I won't. I won't. I'm just using. See, I just put the magnets on top of here on the ones that I already did, and there's holes. So I'm gonna try to see if I can put it on there and like knock it just a little bit. Just tap it and see if that gets them all in. Maybe not the most smartest thing to do, but I was trying to find a way to get around it. But yeah, that's not gonna work. That's definitely not gonna work. So, how are we gonna do this? Take this, the back one. Put it in like that. This is definitely tedious. Alright, bud, thank you for your help with the video. Surprised there isn't more K3 content out there. But I'll catch you later. Alright, man. Thanks for coming through, Justin. Take it easy. Okay, that's okay. I'm just trying to be careful with the magnets. I don't want to knock it in the wrong way and then it's the opposite and then it's not even gonna stick. So if you see me going back and forth, because I'm trying to make sure the magnets are going in the right way. So if it sticks like that, that means this side should be on there. Take this like so. Thanks. Come on, behave. It's not going to be as easy as I thought. That didn't work. This is not going to be as easy. Will Annex make a build guide for the K3? So from what I'm understanding, no, they're not going to do it. I don't know why they said they won't, unless they find someone that is willing to create a manual. They're not going to do it. And that's kind of unfortunate because I think if they created a manual, it'd be a lot more accessible. but I do understand that building a manual takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of resources to do that and do it properly. So, so from what it sounds like, it seems like it's CAD. You just have to build it from CAD. Kind of unfortunate, but it's all good too, you know. So it just makes this build more selective. So it's going to be only a select few that can actually build this stuff. And my magnifier. I maybe cannot find it. There. It's getting to that time. So what I'm gonna do, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and just do this in the background because this is getting cumbersome to do. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish up this magnet stuff in the background with a little bit more better tools to put this in. But in the next video, next stream, which I'm hoping Friday, I'm pushing for Friday. If not, it's gonna be next week. But I'm really hoping with everything I can get it by Friday. It'd be just mounting, like I said, the top panel, the back panel, and then finish up wiring up the little stuff. So, but it's almost done. It's literally almost done. So, not much left to do. That's really unfortunate, yeah, but I can't even imagine work it must be. Yeah, it's unfortunate. I honestly was hoping for manual myself. I think it would have been a little bit more easier to put together. And not only that, but a lot of the mistakes I made would have been prevented had there been a manual. Now, keep in mind, I didn't make a lot of mistakes. It's just a lot of things that, looking at the CAD, you kind of missed. And keep in mind, I'm using what is the thing called again? The type of CAD? E-drawing. Yeah, E-drawing. It's not even Fusion 360. I'm pretty sure you can probably convert it to use Fusion 360, but I'm using E-drawing to look at it, and it's not as intuitive to use. So a lot of this stuff I missed. But yeah, hopefully someone is willing to build a CAD for them. But for right now, there's no CAD, so you just have to build everything from just. There's no manual. There's just CAD, so you have to build everything from this E-drawing. So it's not hard, but it's definitely it's tedious and not as intuitive to do. But you know. But yeah, guys, 8:30. So I'm looking forward to about Friday. I'm hoping Friday. So I'm pushing for Friday. See if we can do the rest Friday. Friday night, I will be able to stream a little longer. That also depends on if Nero is streaming, because like I said, I know Nero tends to stream on Friday, either afternoon or night. I'm not sure. But if he finishes streaming, then I may stream. So it might be a late night stream, like maybe up until 10 p.m., 11 p.m. if you guys are willing to stay up that long. But I definitely want to do a lot more than what I did today. Just finally get it, that last push. And then the next streaming after that will be the wiring, like, running boards, running power supply, running the wiring, running all that stuff. So, so I would say, like I said, 2 or 3 more streams, and then we can say it's finally done, finally done building it. So, but yeah, and then I have the Blue Boy that I'm working on too in the background. Like I said, I may do a streaming on it with just configuration, like a full-on clipper configuration, how I set up my clipper, all that stuff. I think that'll be fun stream to do. So yeah, but look out for more streams. So, but yeah, I'm gonna call it a night. Get ready for bed. Get ready for work. Get stuff to eat. And but yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video and the next stream. So take it easy. I appreciate you guys for coming through. I really do. And just like and share the stream. So, but I catch you guys in another one. So peace. Take care. Have a good night. We'll talk.